All right, everyone, let's head outside right now and travel west for about 900 miles to Chicago. Got another live look at the United Center for you right now. It is now day 3 of the Democratic National Convention. The week kicked off with a primetime address from the 46th president last night. We heard from the 44th.
America's ready for a new chapter. America's ready for a better story. We are ready for a President Kamala Harris.
Both Barack and Michelle Obama spoke to the crowds. The former president made the case against Donald Trump, while the former first lady issued a call to action.
So, if they lie about her, and they will, we've got to do something. If we see a bad poll, and we will, we got to put down that phone and do something.
And if the Obamas weren't enough last night, the DNC roll call featured a DJ, Lil Jon, you see right there, surprise performances, celebrities. It's a clear sign that some pundits say that Democrats hope not just to inspire voter enthusiasm, but also young voter enthusiasm. We have team coverage for you today. We sent NBC 10's Darren Botello out into the city to find some of those young voters out there and to see if Democrats, their vibes are working. We'll get to that story in just a second. Let's begin with NBC 10 political reporter Matt Pritchard. He's live for us in Chicago. Matt?
Colton, I can appreciate that you have done the mileage math of how we got here to Chicago. And a lot of Massachusetts residents are here as well with a sense of anticipation, riding a high from night 2 and waiting for Tim Walz tonight on night 3. Political chants of the past re-emerging on stage Tuesday night. Former President Barack Obama and former First Lady Michelle Obama rallying Democrats from the rafters to the convention floor.
He gave us our marching orders. We have to organize. We have to go door to door. We have to make phone calls. We need to win this election.
People are ready to go out and do the work. 77 days left to go.
Senator Markey and Representative McGovern, just 2 of many big-name Bay Staters descending on Chicago. Delegate breakfast turning into a meeting point for the Commonwealth, with Congresswoman Ayanna Pressley telling NBC 10 while the convention is serving as a springboard.
I'm Massachusetts trained. If you're not running scared, you're not running. Okay, so you know, we are going to dig deep.
Others echoing that call to action, writing what they see as a wave of momentum back to Massachusetts and on to November.
People are, they know the stakes. They know the dangerousness of this moment.
But we want Kamala Harris to be the first woman president of this country. We have to mobilize, we have to organize, we have to do our part.
If you've been following our coverage here, especially at 4 p.m., you know that we have had sort of the star-studded musical acts coming out to do their sound check. We had James Taylor on Monday. On Tuesday, we had rapper Common, and now Stevie Wonder is out preparing for what we imagine will be a performance from him here on night 3. So as you can see, the star-studded events continue here in Chicago. Coming up at 5 o'clock, we're going to talk about one of the similarities between the 2 tickets vying for the White House, that being the veterans that are on both of those tickets. That's coming up in just about an hour or so. Colton, back to you.
All right, Matt, thank you. We'll see you again then. And that actually tees us up perfectly. From celebrity appearances to impromptu dancing, the DNC last night, it's in the last few nights, it's been taking on generally a young vibe, but especially during last night's roll call. So we sent NBC 10's Darren Botello out to Boston Common to find some young voters for a little reaction for us. He's joining us live right now with more. Darren?
Well, Colton, first I want to say I'm also impressed by you doing the math from here to Chicago, the 900 miles. But also, I just want to say I spoke with some young voters here. They all said the same thing, that the roll call yesterday was pretty much geared towards young people. They were impressed by it, but did it change the way they'd vote? Well, that's a different story.
With the call of the roll of the states.
Delegates, are you ready?
A tale of 2 roll calls. The Democratic National Convention turning into a party during roll call on Tuesday as delegates were pledging their support for Vice President Kamala Harris. A DJ played chart-topping hits repping each state and territory, including Massachusetts.
It was euphoria. It was awesome. It's such a Massachusetts moment.
When Georgia was called, Lil Jon answered. stunning the crowd and some younger voters watching from here in New England. What stood out to you was the Chucks, the song choice?
I definitely saw like the Little John part was pretty interesting. I thought that was pretty funny. And I liked Kamala's suit.
I think it was really cool to see the contrast between the RNC and the DNC, and the difference I feel like illuminated a lot.
Different messaging, but the same goal, local political expert tells us.
Not the Republicans have made no effort. It's just that the Democrats have made a special creative effort by giving a lot of access and credentials and other things to influencers to try and reach the youngest people where they are.
There aren't a lot of recent polls to show a comparison, but according to this Quinnipiac poll from late July, Trump has an edge over voters ages 18 to 34, 58% to 39. That polling was from exactly a month ago and before the star-studded DNC. Did that make you want to vote a different way, or?
I mean, no, I've been a Democrat my whole life, so that's what it's going to be.
And interesting, but not surprising, all the young people we spoke with, sorry to say, did not see the clips of the DNC on TV, but on social media, specifically on TikTok. Live in Boston, Darren Botello, NBC 10 Boston.
All right, Darren, thank you. And of course, you can stay with NBC 10 Boston for complete coverage of the DNC. Our Matt Pritchard, Glenn Jones, and political commentator Sue O'Connell, they're going to be there for you this week. You can catch all of their live reports all week here on NBC 10 Boston. And be sure to tune in tonight for Tim Walz's speech at the DNC. NBC News will be providing special coverage once again, led by nightly news anchor Lester Holt. It begins at 9 o'clock right here on NBC 10.